Between September and December last year, I did a sporadic, repeated campaign of bulb planting. Here I am planting up my big bell pots, terracotta pots, and I'm actually glad I've reviewed this footage because I couldn't remember what I'd planted in them. They're now sprouting. So I thought I would do a bulb update, but let me just recap what I did. I did these layers of bulbs in lots of different pots so they would have lots of different flowers at different times throughout the spring and early summer. And if you want to see those videos on what I planted, they're all on my gardening playlist. But I also ended up buying a load of cheap bulbs that were on reduction because they wanted all the Christmas stuff in there. And so I ended up having to do a whole new border to put all those bulbs in. And I was even planting on Christmas Eve. And so here we are now looking at the first flowers coming through on these terracotta pots that I planted. Some of them I planted the same, as you can see in the preview there. I was planting kind of the same pattern in each bulb, but you can see I've got these little narcissi. I've got some tulips now, they'll be coming next, so it's working out right. I've got some taller daffodils which I don't remember planting, and I think in here there's some grape hyacinths. I'm not sure. Let's have a look in this one. So this is the same pot, and again we have the narcissi, then the taller daffodils coming through, some tulips. Fairly certain there's a little grape hyacinth in here somewhere. Maybe it's in the next one. Oh no, it's in this one. So I can't remember what I planted in these, but there they are, the grape hyacinths already coming up. This has just happened in the last couple of days. Again, some tulips you can see there. So these are just tulips. And this is planted in garden soil as an experiment. So I ran out of compost. I didn't actually, because I have a big compost heap, but I obviously couldn't be bothered to get it. And I used garden soil. And they seem to be doing okay. And here's some more. These irises are just going over now. And I've got these weird tulips. I think they're tulips, but look at these little red tips. Look at the little red on the tip. I couldn't believe that when I saw those earlier. I only just noticed that this morning. But these are going over now, these little irises. They're so cute though. I don't know what else is coming up. Then I had these orange monarch, I think crocuses, I think they were called. And I do remember planting those up because I remember thinking they were so amazing. But they're going over now, and they're going to be replaced by these little narcissi. I don't know which variety of daffodil are coming up there. And then these were just daffodils, I think, here. The little tate, I think these ones are called. I can't remember what I've got in here, more of the same. And these are all grape hyacinths in here. In fact, I thought I planted some duds in here because the leaf, the foliage has been here, wow, since probably January. And I thought, oh, I've probably planted them too deep, they're not flowering. And then there they are. So there's definitely a lot of patience required in gardening, because I have also, these are old pots, so I forgot I had bulbs in these. These pots were going to be used for something else, but then the bulbs started springing, so I will just leave those. That's all my winter storage, winter planting, and I will do another video on that. And this was the bed that I built for all the tulips and everything that I bought on sale. Now, the trouble with this was I couldn't keep the dogs off it. So I'm not sure if there's been any damage. So these, for instance, are really stunted. I don't know whether I planted them too late or whether they've got bashed down by the dogs. I'm not sure really what's gone on there. And look at this. So I bought leaf matter from my coffee area where I have gravel. I took all the leaves up because I didn't want that to compost on the gravel. And look at these beautiful ones here, but a bit shorter than I wanted. So we'll see how it goes. And I put the leaf matter on here, and as they came up, they sort of got trapped by the leaves, which is very odd, isn't it? So you'd think the leaf would blow away or something, but these were some more daffodils I had spare that I just planted in this sort of scrub area, really, where nothing really happens. But I thought if I could naturalise them around, I'm going to have a better seat there because it's around the fire pit. And I could have some naturalised daffodils. That would be really sweet. And then this was where I packed it all in. This was an old raised bed. I had 3 of them, and I knocked the other 2 down because they were rotten, and I wanted to build that bigger bed. But this one I'd already planted up. So I decided to leave this one till everything had flowered. And if you're wondering what all these twigs and things are, it's to stop the dogs. They dig everything. Honestly, I love them to death, but goodness, they are not a gardener's friend, let me tell you. So these are just all booby traps to stop them, because they're too lazy to bother with obstacles. Well, they're not that lazy. Now, the only problem with this, as you can see, is I did layer plant, and I think the tulips might now be a little bit overwhelmed. And I think all this foliage here is the alliums. So I don't know now whether I've done this wrong, really. I was planting everything in such a frenzy that I don't know how it's going to work out, but we'll see. I mean, I think I'm going to get loads of flowers anyway, and I would love actually for the whole border to be as full as that one crate there. And I know I keep going on about my ranunculus, but here we are. This is just a day after my ranuncular update, and look at them. So I posted my ranuncular update just yesterday, and I tagged on the end of it some footage from yesterday, and there was a couple of them already greening up and showing through. And by today, they are literally, they're all over this border now. I'm not getting it in very well because it's got this plastic cover, but you can just see, look, they're popping up. I'm trying to sort of twist underneath my contraption that's protecting them from being dug up by the dogs, but you know, they're just popping up everywhere. So I think this is, I don't want to tempt fate, but I think this is going to be full of beautiful flowers not long. And then I planted some more in the trough. I'm just going through the other end there so you can see that they are coming up right the way through equally along this border. And then in the trough I only had one showing yesterday, and now I've got 3, because there's just one there I just noticed that I didn't spot when I was filming. So there's 3 now coming up in there, and there was only 1 yesterday. There was none in here, and I have 1, 2, 3, and another one there, 4. So I think these are going to be great. And then just another update. I've started putting my sweet peas out. I left these sunflowers out overnight last night, and look, they're fine. But I'm not going to do that again today because you can't tell. These are snapdragons that I grew in these bottles, but on a north-facing windowsill indoors. So I've been putting them out to just get a bit of extra light when the weather is nice enough, which is pretty much getting to the point where this is most days now. So they're just coming out here in the day. Sweet peas were a bit leggy from starting them in January, but I think they're going to be fine. These Scabiosa did not transplant well. I've put them off a windowsill to see if they will do better outside. And these are foxgloves here. They're so small still. And these were the ones that I did from the kitchen experiment. You remember I put them in the fridge. Sorry, let's just go back over there. There's Zinnia, Queen Lime. They were on a window ledge indoors, south facing, but it was blocked by a tree, so they weren't getting like harsh sunlight all day. They were just getting bits of light. If you heard a funny noise, that was my dog falling off the sofa. I don't know what he's trying to do. These were some zinnia I grew under grow lights, which I think got a bit too leggy. These were better. I started these sweet peas in February, so there was a slight delay to the January ones, and I think they've performed better as a result. And these are delphiniums. These were the ones I sprouted in the fridge, so I did a video on that. It was an experiment. The larkspur are great, but I found that my larkspur are now just regularly sprouting outdoors, so I probably didn't need to go to all that hassle. More larkspur, or are these the delphiniums? No, I think these are larkspur here. I don't know why I'm filming my boots. Apologies for that. And then these are the bells of Ireland, which again, they sprouted in the fridge, but I think they're going to be too leggy. Anyhow, we will see. Oh, and I had one Beplurum, only one, so I'm going to have to work a little bit more on how those germinate. Just to finish on the larkspur, I really thought I was failing at those. I've tried all the fancy doodle ways of trying to propagate them, germinate them from seed, and what I realised was, rather stupidly, was that they are only going to germinate when they are ready. And that also some of the seed packets were obviously duff. Now, I bought all the seeds this year, So that's something to look out for. Not all packets are equal. Anyhow, these are some more I've got on my other window ledge. They really are starting to suffer from being stuck here on this front window ledge, so I don't know what I'm going to do. But I'm, going to do an update video on all my seeds and what I've got and how they're faring quite soon. I've got to actually do some real work. So I better go on with that, and I'll see you again in a video soon with some more updates and some more, different things, projects that I'm getting up to. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.